And we are live. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the House, and invited spectators, by the authority granted to me by the Speaker Rock, I hereby call this session of the Pantsraad to order. The resolution before the House is as follows. Be it resolved that waffles are superior to pancakes. Each speaker will be given 60 seconds to make their opening arguments, alternating from the affirmative to the negative teams. Following opening arguments, I will call upon a member from each team to stand for direct examination for 60 seconds. After that, I will open the floor to general debate. During this time, any speaker may take the floor to make remarks or question any other speaker, and I will also relay questions from the gallery to the members of the House. At the conclusion of the general debate, I will call upon each speaker to give closing remarks for 30 seconds. During closing remarks, the gallery and the members will vote on the resolution before the House. Honorable members and invited spectators, I thank you for your attention. I apologize for the sound quality on my end. It is a hot day here, so I've got my fan running. I now call upon the Pantsraad's Minister of Door Kicking, the Right Honorable Mr. Squick, to make his opening arguments. You have 60 seconds.
Hi, hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You think you've got it bad? I'm over here in a car because the boom lift I was on decided to sneeze and spew fluids everywhere. It's not great, much like the pancakes you know and love. They are flat, they are boring, they are objectively inferior, and they are good for filling in potholes. Waffles are crunchy. Waffles are tasty. Waffles are objectively superior in that they hold butter, they hold syrup, they'll hold fruit, and they'll hold up to any argument you can lay against them. They're structural, they're battered, they're better than ever, and they're the only kitchen pastry with a tool specially made for nothing but ironing them in a cast iron and electricity. I submit to you, buffoons of my opposition, that the waffle is superior in every way, and you should never have doubted it. If I still have time left, because I can't see the timer, I have coated my eyes with pancake batter that I might view its inferiority up close and personal style. With every blink that is very crusty, I have made a crucial mistake in this venture.
And time.
Yes.
The Leader of the Opposition, the Right Honorable Mr. Shy Guy.
For 5 minutes, right? Or is it
For 60 seconds.
60 seconds. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. When I think of a pancake, I think strong lumberjacks coming in after a hot day of clearing out trees to make log cabins and log boats and everything log in between. A waffle has no identity to it. By trapping syrup within it, it does not have a signature mystique a pancake has. A classic flapjack, mind you, one that is a signature dish to every breakfast, any good breakfast. A pancake can be made anywhere, while a waffle iron has to be specifically brought and bought and made. I want to have a pancake anytime I damn please. And shouldn't we all strive for that? As honorable Americans and other countries? Thank you.
The Honorable Skippy for the affirmative team.
I argue that waffles have superior residency. The Waffle House. Chicken and waffles. A very superior side, if it is a side. We got the Belgian waffle. It's a very cultural linked food to many places. And historically, you can do a lot of things with a waffle. You can stack them a lot more better than a pancake.
Here.
And toppings sit a lot better on a waffle. They don't absorb as much. They still have distinctness from the topping. While pancakes kind of become mush, they absorb too much. They lose their individuality. And therefore, the waffle maintains itself as itself.
Yes.
The Honorable Turbo for the negative team.
So I think the one thing that's been seriously neglected here is the ethical standards by which we hold up pancakes and waffles, because clearly it is absolutely unethical to eat these hard, disgusting waffles, because pancakes cannot think, or you see the folds in a waffle, much like the folds in a human brain, are indicative of intelligence. So while pancakes are delicious, they are also super dumb and do not realize they are being eaten. For waffles, they're conscious for the entire experience, and you absolute monsters feel the need to eat them anyway, for reasons that are beyond me, because frankly they are inferior in terms of both overall quality and taste, requiring special instruments to create, and frankly they have no reason to be on this earth. They are an abomination before God's eyes, and I will die on this hill. I yield my time.
Thank you, sir. The Honorable Mr. Zinthar for the affirmative.
Thank you, Speaker. We all know that waffles and pancakes, whilst they come from the same basic ingredients, that is where the similarities stop. A pancake is solely a breakfast dish. It consists of usually syrup, butter, and perhaps fruit if you're feeling crazy. Whereas a waffle has the versatility to serve as both a dinner dish, a lunch dish, a breakfast dish, a light snack, varying in size and shape, but still always with its crenellations intact to hold whatever deliciousness you decide to pour on top of it. The pancake itself has no defining features. It consists merely of a round dough fried or baked on a pan, hence the name pancake. It is a mere imitation of the proper and good cake. We must keep in mind...
And time. We'll never know what we must keep in mind. The Honorable Mr. Big for the negative team.
Yes, thank you. I think I should remind the floor and the House in general that there is a tradition here that the pancakes sit down below as the foundation. Waffles, as has been said, require specialized tools to create, whereas any man with a hot rock, a bit of flour, and some ingenuity can create the humble pancake and fill his stomach at the start of the day. They are not just the foundation of our cooking and of our breakfast, they are in fact the foundation of this very society. I yield my time.
Here.
Thank you, sir. And the Honorable Mr. Kaiju for the affirmative team.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the Pantsraad, I do want to say that while waffles and pancakes do tend to come from the same stuff, and I agree with the Honorable Zinthar, the similarities do end there. The waffle, it's structural, it's versatile. Because of the crispiness, because of the way it holds its shape, that you can put a topping on it and know where that topping is, and it will stay there until you decide to move it. That is important because it gives you the choice to eat your food as you wish. But with a pancake, you put something on the top, it gets warm, and it just slides off. And if it doesn't slide off, it absorbs in and then turns the pancake into some sort of paste if you let it sit for too long. This is disgusting. I don't know why anyone would ever want that. Also, waffles, as was pointed out, can be eaten at any time. In fact, here in my city, there's a place called the Waffle Window where one can, while drunk from a bar at 2 a.m., walk up to a window and get a waffle that they can carry in their hand and eat.
And time. Thank you, sir.
Very well. Mm-hmm.
That concludes the opening arguments from each side. I will now wait for this motorcycle to go past. I will now call upon a member from each team to directly debate one another for 60 seconds to a pair, beginning with the Right Honorable Mr. Squick from the affirmative and the Right Honorable Mr. Shy Guy for the negative. You have 60 seconds.
All right, let's start with your ridiculous, baseless, hateful, and patently absurd claim that waffles require specialty hardware to make and consume. Let us consider for a moment the toaster waffle, which you will find undermines every one of your well-taken points. It is easy, convenient, ubiquitous, universal, cheap, easily had, easy to eat. You can eat it cold, hot, part of a dessert, part of a breakfast, part of a lunch, part of a dinner if you're just having one of those days, and we've all been there, so don't delude yourself into thinking that pancakes are the only people's food on debate today. In fact, I would go so far as to challenge you to name one singular food other than that absurdist stick through sausage through pancake bullshit that you can make in your kitchen featuring pancakes as part of something else.
The speaker notes that the Honorable Mr. Squick appears to have used the entire 60 seconds to appropriately waffle, thus depriving his honorable opponent from the opportunity to give a response.
I have learned from Waffles. The secret is compartmentalization. By pushing him out of
from
the
politicians
debate.
which is to filibuster.
And you can filibuster better when you're full of waffles.
Much like waffle,
Incorrect.
your argument is
Waffles
made
have
up of
void
no
space.
substance. If it's the permission of the Honorable Speaker of the House Representative, I would like another 60 seconds to make my own point, as Squeak has just used up the entire one.
Your point is well taken. The member's point is well taken. We will permit the Honorable Mr. Shy Guy another 60 seconds at the end of the direct debate segment, because that actually works out because there are an odd number of participants. So the House thanks the Honorable Mr. Shy Guy for his patience in this matter. The Honorable Skippy and the Honorable Turbo to direct debate for 60 seconds, please.
First off, toaster waffles require an entire factory to be produced just because you don't specifically produce them, and I would like to fight on that point as well. These are like animals being raised in factory farms, the only sentient option of these two choices, and they are produced en masse for slaughter, and that is an absolute abhorrence. Furthermore, you can get pancakes any time of the day through the beloved establishment, the International House of Pancakes.
I prefer not to do international food, and I prefer to double down on this sense of sentience devouring with the chicken and waffle. Which I
You can include sausage in your pancakes as well, or bacon.
Yes, but chicken is superior and fried.
You can have chicken and pancakes too, friend.
Oh, that is just sacrilege.
Time has elapsed.
That is just...
Next, the Honorable Mr. Zinthar to debate the Honorable Mr. Big for 60 seconds.
We indeed do know that waffles possess the voids capable of holding deliciousness where pancakes lack them.
You mean superfluous structures, unnecessary to the consumption of a healthy breakfast?
Yes, but I wouldn't be eating them for breakfast. I want them to hold my gravy for my chicken and waffles.
Hear, hear.
Yes, they are not only a breakfast item, they can also be for other times of the day. Your pancakes fail to do this.
My pancakes sit in a large family of flatbreads that are consumed all times of the day. We don't need pancakes for lunch and dinner, for we have other breads.
Ah, but the waffle can support both and more. They can even be a delicious snack, or a calorie-boosting ration if you need them to be. Whereas pancakes are only ever the inferior cousin.
Yes, the waffles do like to claim a more prominent place, but that is not one would call an appropriate use of pancakes at waffles.
Concludes the time. Finally, I have the Honorable Mr. Kaiju to debate the Right Honorable Mr. Shy Guy for 60 seconds, please.
I posit here that we're forgetting about another use of the waffle. That is the waffle cone for ice cream. Try putting ice cream in a pancake, you just end up with a wad. But the waffle cone is superior.
Fear not the man who has practiced 1,000 moves once. Fear the man that has practiced one move 1,000 times. Why should we have all these uses for waffle when It is nothing but a hodgepodge of dishes. By having multiple uses, it loses its identity. What is the core value of these foods? A breakfast dish. There may only be a few uses for a pancake, but that is what it's meant to be, and it excels at it.
Is 1,000 times the number of times you need to get a pancake right? Because I get a waffle right the first time, every time. Pancakes, they burn, they do weird things if you don't have the pan right. They're finicky. And plus, they fail at being cake.
So you use a specific...
They don't even have frosting.
So you use a specific tool to get it right every time, like a factory-made machine? Is that what you eat? I like my food prepared from the heart. I make mistakes, but I learn, which is what it's being human. Humans make mistakes. I am human. I eat pancakes the human breakfast.
Order. Time has elapsed.
I prefer my food consistent.
Order, please. The members of the House will come to order. The time has elapsed for direct debate. We will now move on to the general debate phase.
Mr. Speaker, I do believe my opponent was entitled to 1 minute of being incorrect.
Very well. The Honorable Mr. Shagai.
When I grow up, I want my children to have pancakes. Because pancakes are of the best and most pure foods. Waffle House is nothing but a den of thugs and drugs. IHOP is open 24 hours a day, providing not only top quality food, but also a safe place to eat. Pancakes release a pheromone which placates the user and makes them clean. Waffles are nothing but a construction tool using carpentry. I do not want to use a slide rule to make my breakfast. I want to use a pan, a fork and a knife, and Canadian maple syrup. It comes in a can, folks, not a plastic jar, not glass, a can. That is what you must enjoy pancakes with, for much like pancakes, Canadian maple syrup in a can is the ultimate breakfast accoutrement.
Even the International House of Pancakes serves waffles. That should tell you something.
It just... you got me there. I can see that point.
Pancakes.
But also consider... breakfast food. It's my free time. Also consider Belgians use waffles, while Americans use pancakes. Which one won World War II, guys? The one who had pancakes, not waffles.
And when our soldiers defeated the Nazis in World War II, they sat down and they had themselves a Belgian waffle.
And regretted it instantly, wishing
Where are your sources, Kaiju? Where are your sources?
I need
members of the House are reminded that all remarks should be directed through the speaker. The members shall refrain from addressing each other in the second person.
How much time do I have left, Speaker of the House?
The honorable member. This is the general debate phase, so the honorable member. Until you get the floor, basically.
Oh, perfect. Then I am great. Alrighty.
So I would ask the honorable member to keep their remarks brief, so as to allow his colleagues a chance to speak.
I will be relinquishing my time after the single point, Speaker. Pancakes are fluffy, much like the wings of an angel in the clouds of heaven above. Worship the pancakes, for they are the divine food. I yield my time.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to fire back.
The right honorable, Mr. Squick.
Gentlemen of the Pantsraad, my opponent would have you believe that there's some sort of divine force invested in pancakes due to their level of fluff. And while certain fluffy things are adorable, for example, tiny puppies, adorable, you don't eat them. Fluff is nature's way of telling you that doesn't belong in your mouth without additional preparation or tooling. Which I realize undermines part of this point. I don't care. We're going ahead. Like the waffles. A pancake requires outside divine intervention to hope to compete on the field by its own merits. It is a food defined by mediocrity, in much the same way one might argue that, yes, the loincloth is superior to pants because you can make it without tools. You don't need a needle and thread, just slap a cow, it's fine. I would posit, ladies and gentlemen of this honorable assembly, that we are better than that. and we deserve our higher quality of meal food. Now, that may require specialty tooling, that may require a factory, but does progress not require sacrifice in tooling, in time? And at the end of the day, is it not a tastier, more structurally sound way of getting not only itself, but your finest accompanying items into your food hole?
Speaker, I'd like
Rebut
to rebut that.
Please proceed.
Damn it!
The Honorable Turbo?
Well, it has been said that pancakes are simply backed by divine force. It is more like a simple law of nature. They simply are better. Waffles, though they can be mass-produced, and though they do have some structure to them, they ultimately provide a much lower bar. The reason Waffle House has waffles and IHOP also has waffles, but Waffle House doesn't have pancakes, is because, frankly, they just aren't up to snuff to produce them. It takes effort, but you get what you pay for, and the effort that is put in is rewarded exponentially. It is simply a superior food in every remarkable way. Though they are mass-produced, waffles are inferior in taste. They are dry, taste like styrofoam. Even the legendary Belgian waffle still falls behind even the simplest of pancakes. Though pancakes cannot hold syrup, they absorb it infinitely better. And because it is flat, and because they don't require specialized tooling to make, it's much easier to make special pancakes. Pancakes that contain, say, blueberries yourself, whereas a special factory line has to be produced for the majority of blueberry waffles produced in the world. You can make your own blueberry pancakes. You can make bacon pancakes, maple pancakes. The sky is the limit. You can even make waffle pancakes.
Mr. Speaker, is not a waffle pancake simply a waffle?
What makes you think?
Concerning the speaker, concerning
The
the rules
Honorable
of
Mr. Shaggy.
concerning the rules of Pantsraad, are we only allowed to respond following the opposing side, or can we back up the claims of the previous speaker?
Any member who rises to request to speak may be recognized by the speaker.
In that case, speaker, may I rise?
The Right Honorable Mr. Shaggy.
Latka pancakes are potato pancakes, but they're pancakes nonetheless. A fabulous symbol of Hanukkah and Judaism. For what is not divine has not only been recognized by myself, but also by one of the major faiths in our world. Name me one religion that uses waffles as one of its signature dishes. Name me one that is not approved by God himself. I yield my time.
Mr. Speaker, may I?
The Honorable Mr. Kaiju.
Yeah, waffles transcend religion. They are universally good. They don't need approval from any source to know that they are good. There's no reason to go to some other authority just to get an okay to eat something. Which is why waffles can be eaten at any time, with any topping, and by any means. You can walk around with one and eat it from your hand. Try that with a pancake. You'll just have dirty hands. Time.
I'd like to rebut, unless there's other speakers who wish to use their time. In that case, I will remain silent.
Are there any other members who wish to respond?
I would.
The Honorable
I would
Mr.
like to
Skippy.
reinforce that the waffle is the food of the everyman. It does not need higher powers to show what it can do. It is, universal, a food that everyone can have. It is not dictated by faith. It is just part of what we have. That's it.
Pancakes are the opiate of the masses.
Speaker, I would like to rebut some of their claims, please.
The Honorable Mr. Turbo.
I would like to point out it is very convenient for you to shun the idea of higher powers and natural law and even ethics, because as we've discussed, those waffles are all sentient. It must ease your conscience so, just to completely ignore the fact that they writhe in pain every time you take a bite, while the delicious, yet a bit dense, pancakes have no such quandaries. They are happy to be eaten.
Mr. Speaker,
I heard two people
I would
stand.
like to rebut.
I would like to compound that.
Let me flip a coin.
No, I'll wait.
Oh, very well. The Honorable Mr. Zinthar.
There's been a lot of discussion about how pancakes and waffles are dissimilar. While there are similarities between them, the question for us today is which is superior, and the answer is simply waffles are superior. The waffle is an engineering feat. Excuse me. An engineering feat that allows all of the toppings to be blessed and satiated on top of it, and allows it to be stacked even more efficiently than a pancake, where one waffle does not interfere with another waffle. You could have multiple different toppings on each waffle and be able to consume them individually without them spilling over into each other, if you so desired. The sentience of the waffle also allows it to experience itself, touch itself, and possibly even taste itself.
You talk about touching yourself on Twitch. Is that allowed?
Please
I
follow
mean, as
the
long as
rules.
I'm not showing it.
Speaker, may you enforce the rules of the Pantsraad?
If a point of order is to be made, I will hear it. Is there a point of order to be raised?
Simply that, in the following Pantsraad rules, we should only address the speaker, not each other.
The member's point is well taken. The members of the House will refrain from addressing each other in the second person and will direct all comments through the speaker, please.
Mr. Speaker.
The Right Honorable Mr. Squick. I'll get that right sometime, I swear.
Mr. Speaker, much has been made of Waffle House being the inferior eating establishment in this grand debate over the objectively superior waffle and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad hubcap burger you can make in a pan. Now, I would take a moment and put forth the question asked to all and none. Have any of the right honorable representatives been to a Waffle House? And if so, are they not aware of the significance of the sole efforts of the waffle being able to single-handedly pull that den of vice into a semi-respectable business, where one can go for a surprise shanking, or a little casual robbery, or perhaps a soda from a machine that was last cleaned in the year 1877, so you still get a little bit of the cocaine. The Waffle has been able to elevate this establishment, if not to the same realm of McDonald's, then at least to the heights of Wendy's. An IHOP can try, but we're all going to know they're nothing but a second-rate Denny's with a fancy hat. I yield.
That would have been a great time for somebody to
Speaker, I
heckle
would like to rebut.
with a, sir, this is a Wendy's. But yes, the member may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Pantsraad, much has been said of waffle. First, I'd like to rebut the earlier point made that waffles are a feat of engineering, and while yes, they are, however, you are lauding a feat of engineering, the equivalent of a feat of engineering that allows one Yugo to be produced every second, whereas pancakes in this analogy would be a Morgan that could be produced in a minute or so. Following this, I think something has been confused. Waffles have not allowed a den of skullduggery to become an eating establishment. They have reduced an otherwise honorable eating establishment into a den of thievery, debauchery, and just filth.
May I rise, Speaker?
The Right Honorable Mr. Shagai.
As stated previously, the waffle is claimed to be the tool of the everyman. But would such a common and respected breakfast dish be debased as the existence of Homer Simpson's moon waffle exists? For those who may look it up on YouTube, they will see this big yellow American man sully the name of the waffle by adding caramel and smoke and thus rolling it around a stick of butter. Can one even suggest a waffle can be good if it can be thoroughly debased the way it is, rather than having what is truly pure, a pancake? How can we exist in a world where a dish like this can be treated like garbage, where pancake has never been sullied in the eyes of one Homer J. Simpson, who is the everyman, as you so claim? Respect the food, and the food shall respect you. That is my claim. I yield my time.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to pick a fight.
The Right Honorable Mr. Squick.
The Council, the Pantsraad, is reminded that simply because one has not hand-egg planted upon the pancake stack in the eye of the public does not in any way mean that the flat cakes of misery...
The honourable member
have
will refrain
been
from hand-egg
baked.
planting in this chamber.
Honorable Speaker,
The
I would like
Speaker's-
to, as a point of
With
order, I'd like to make a point of order.
I will hear this point of order.
Under Code Duello, the honorable member has challenged members of the opposing team to what, if I am to understand correctly, is a duel. Under Code Duello, that means we would get to choose, essentially, the rules of engagement for this, where he would get to choose the time and place. I don't know why there's still talking going on.
I hope the honourable member is not suggesting that a batchal has been made. There is a clear no batchal sign behind me.
Well, Honorable Speaker, I can't read, so,
Any batch must be sorted later.
The member's point is well taken. The Right Honourable Squick may resume his statement.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I simply wish to state that simply because someone dragged human anatomy across a waffle at some point in time, that's what butter is, yes? Yes, probably. In no way means that the waffle is affected as a whole. The idea of the waffle remains as pure as the pancake, and let any who debate that rub their own human anatomy upon the pancake and ask themselves what this activity has accomplished. I rest my very specific human rubbing specific argument.
Mr. Speaker,
The Honourable Mr. Kaiju.
since pancakes and waffles are made from essentially the same stuff, we can look at a waffle as an evolution of that stuff, a perfection of it, as opposed to the pancake. The pancake is the lower tier. When you level up, you become a waffle. I yield the rest of my time.
May I rise?
The Right Honourable Mr. Shagai.
You may claim that the waffle came first, but so did Nazi Germany after Germany. That was not as good as the original, and thus we took care of it. Are you saying that just because something is newer, it's better? Pancakes have existed across history, from Native Americans, Greeks, Romans, classic, now Americans, flapjacks and pancakes. I mean, even the IHOP is known as the International House of Pancakes. Everybody enjoys pancakes. It is the truer everyman than the waffle. I yield my time.
I would like to remind the members of the gallery to please not post binary in the chat as it upsets the servitors.
Mr. Speaker,
The Honourable Mr. Skippy.
I would like to remind people that the pancake has a cousin named the crepe, which is French. Ugh.
Is that the extent of the member's comment?
I would like to rebut this.
The Honourable Mr. Turbo.
What are the iconic waffle is the Belgian waffle, which are simply just Germans with all the arrogance of French, but none of the engineering skills of Germany.
Mr. Speaker.
The Right Honorable, the Right Honorable Mr. Squick.
In contemplating the points of the members of the objectively incorrect side on this debate, I've come to a bit of a query that they posit that the pancake has been more successful, more popular throughout history, thus making it the superior foodstuff. Does that not then make it both more popular during, say, the era of Caligula? Is that the sort of thing we want to promote, that simply because it was popular during
I
a
hope the honorable
madman's
member
ruling-
is not attempting a ligma in this house.
Who's Steve Jobs?
Caligma balls.
Ligma
I
waffle.
would prefer not to, sir. It is simply that a Caligulist worldview is incompatible with an appreciation for the finer things available in breakfast. Next player.
Do any members of the House have any further comments?
I would like to rebut that.
The Honorable Mr. Turbo.
Clearly, Caligula had waffles.
The member is warned not to ligma within these walls.
Clearly, Nero
You
had
won't beat
waffles.
it, I hope.
Clearly,
Mr. Speaker.
Napoleon had waffles. Genghis Khan had waffles. My source is that it was revealed to me in a dream. I will not elaborate further.
I believe the Honorable Mr. Kaiju had a question.
Not a question, a comment. I have a corgi, and my corgi loves to steal my food. He won't touch the pancakes, but he will take my waffles. They are superior.
Mr. Speaker?
I would like to rebut that, Mr. Speaker.
I will permit the Honorable Mr. Turbo to rebut first. I'll give you 10 seconds.
I would like to point out that if a dog were to steal a waffle over a pancake, it is simply because it cares for your health and does not want you to personally consume that foul, foul substance. This is
I gave the member 10 seconds. It has been 15. The Honorable Mr. Shy Guy.
First off, Mr. Speaker, perhaps we should limit the amount of comparisons we make concerning breakfast foods, concerning all these horrific countries. I myself has mentioned this. However, in an attempt to bring back sanity, normalcy to an already forgotten and forewarned Pantsraad, the inclusion of toppings, which I believe a more variety of toppings can be applied to the flat surface of a pancake rather than the rigidity and squares of a waffle. For
Rabble, rabble, boo.
why should we trap syrup within its square holes? Why must it sit there waiting to soak in? Pancake syrup can merely run off the side. It's beautiful. It's glorious. And as the dream came to Turbo in his eyes, so must mean he received the sighting from God. Or what is the sun look like? The sun, from our perspective, looks like a pancake. So
Here,
does
here.
the moon. So do the wheels on cars. So do the wheels on bifocal glasses. The wheels of industry look like pancakes, do they not? What does a waffle look like but the sole of a Nike? I do not want to touch food that has been on the ground.
I'd just like to clarify, did the Honorable Member say the wheels on glasses?
What of it, Speaker?
they go round and round.
Ca-
Speaker.
Indeed they do.
Carry on, sir. Carry on.
It is indicative
Speaker.
that all life centers around a pancake, for the circle is a form of organic life, while the waffle, in its rigidity, resembles a machine. For the Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster on the human race. God forgive us. I yield my time.
Do any other members have comments, or is it the will of the
Mr.
House to
Speaker.
move? The Right Honorable Mr. Squick.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I just wanted more information on the corgi.
Yes.
What is his name? Go ahead.
Hamilton.
And can we...
His name is Hamilton, and we call him Hammy. And
That is an excellent name.
if you
Sounds like a
can,
very good boy.
get to him.
He
is a good boy.
All in favor of petting the corgi, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Yes.
Do any members of the House have further comments before we move on to the final remarks?
One moment, Speaker.
The Honorable Mr. Squippy.
I, again, submit to you, the waffle is the mankind food of the future. It is man's creation, and is not detonated by certain mythical demons, mythical beings. It is man's, creation, and will guide him into the future.
Here.
We have an eye break from the gallery. Everyone take an eye break.
Aye.
Mine are already broken.
There we go. Aye, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well.
Are there... I don't know. Are there further comments before we proceed with the final remarks?
I believe we exhausted all possible means of conversation, unless I'm mistaken.
If there are no objections, then we shall move on to the final remarks. Each speaker will have 30 seconds to make their final arguments, and if Madam Cookie, clerk of the House, could please initiate the poll. Once it appears on the stream, I will call upon the first person to give their closing remarks.
We vote in that too, right?
Yes. The members of the House can and should vote in the poll on the WBPL Twitch page.
Nifty.
Mr. Speakers, I am trapped in a car yelling at invisible voices that only I can hear. May I request that someone vote in my stead?
I am sure a member of the gallery would be happy to assist you.
Wonderful.
Where did Cookie go?
Can it be someone who is planning to vote for the other side?
Perhaps. Okay, I think we may have lost a Cookie, so I'm going to try and set this poll up myself.
I got it.
Oh, thank you. All right, the poll is up. We begin closing remarks with the Honorable Mr. Kaiju. You have 30 seconds.
Thank you. The waffle is evolution. The waffle is progress. The waffle is good. It can be consumed at any meal. It can be consumed with any topping. Pancakes are simply failed cakes. They don't even come with frosting already. I yield.
Thank you, sir. The Honorable Mr. Big. 30 seconds.
Yes, much has been said about what the waffle is for the future, but the future rests upon the past. There is no future without what is and what was. I yield my time.
Thank you, sir. The Honorable Mr. Zinthar.
We have in-depth discussed pancakes and waffles, and we need to keep in mind that the waffle is unequivocally superior. I don't need to elaborate further on this point. I yield to the floor.
Thank you, sir. The Honorable Mr. Turbo.
In conclusion, I think it has been made abundantly clear that pancakes are the more ethical choice of the two. Not only this, but they are superior in every way. Where waffles are a Yugo, pancakes are a Corvette. I yield my time.
I know nothing about cars, but I trust that was well argued. The Honorable Mr. Skippy.
As was said, waffles are the future. Waffles will make the space empire of tomorrow. I yield my time.
Thank you, sir. The Honorable Mr. Shagai.
I love pancakes. I love cutting into them. I love their simplicity. I love their meaning in our lives. I like having syrup with it. A nice glass of milk, looking at the rising sun, or the setting sun, depending on my mood. I like how easy they are to make, how simple they are to stack, how easy they can be served.
5 seconds.
I love pancakes, and you should love them too. Thank you.
Right on the money. And the Right Honorable Mr. Squick.
So pancakes are a nice food, a soft food, an easy food, but I choose to dream further. You take a pancake and you rip your pants off, you slap yourself in the junk with it, you're gonna get a lot of looks of what the hell. My God, man, how did you get into my kitchen? But if you take a properly cooked waffle, you smack yourself in the junk in the middle of that, oh, buddy, you're gonna be on the floor howling because the waffle is the stronger food, the better food, the
5
food
seconds.
willing to put up a fight. And I say that fight is worth having. Waffles! Get them! They're pretty
Thank
good.
you, sir. That concludes the closing statements of the Pantsraad debate. Though the poll is still ticking, so I will once again open the floor to general debate until the poll times out.
So, I mean, can we get more information on the dog? Like, are they being pet right now?
What's your dog's name?
Hammy, and I'm not actually home, but I'm sure he's being pet by my ex, who's there with him.
Oof.
Can we get, like, a robot arm to pet Hammy directly?
I can
I'll see what we can set up, yeah. He may be afraid of the robot arm. He doesn't like Terminators.
That's fair, but what if the Terminator had snacks?
Oh, well, then he would love the Terminator.
What if the Terminator was the snacks?
I have brought you pancakes.
Then he will defeat that Terminator and eat it.
Mr. Speaker, I vote in favor of watching this film.
All in favor of watching this new Terminator film with the corgi.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So does your dog just like waffles because they, have the texture of coal and he's just a coal-run machine? Like, is that how he's able to beat Terminators?
I think he prefers them because they are more toothsome. They don't fall apart in his mouth like the pancake, whereas he can munch into a waffle that's crispy, and it holds all of the ingredients on the top so that he can keep getting at all the different new delicious things. Whereas a waffle just sort of falls apart. I mean, it is a flapjack after all, and those are just ew.
Delicious.
Does that mean a waffle has marrow?
It might be. It might be the breakfast bone.
Crunchy marrow, yes.
The waffle is a breakfast bone.
Ugh.
And I mean, I will remind you that pancakes do have their disgusting cousin, the pikelet, which is just disappointing pancakes.
What's that?
Ladies and gentlemen of the Pantsraad and assembled spectators, the results of the poll are in. By a vote of 25 to 20, it has been decided for waffles. The motion carries. Waffles are superior to pancakes.
Here.
I
demand a recount, but you count their votes in favor of us.
I would also like to note at this moment that the current viewer count for the stream is 69 viewers.
Nice.
And on that note, I would like to thank the members of the Pantsraad for attending and the members of the audience for watching, and bid you all a good afternoon. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
scheduling this. It was a lot of fun meeting all you guys on the audience. And
Thank you
Thanks for having us.
hope they can do this.
Hail Cargonia.
Hail
Hail
Cargonia.
Carconia.
Go,
Bye.